and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot, and old lang syne, for auld lang syne, my dear, for auld lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet, for auld lang syne. And surely ye'll be your pint stout, and surely I'll be mine, and we'll take a cup o' kindness yet, for auld lang syne, for auld lang syne, my dear, for auld lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet, for auld lang syne. We twa here now brood the braes, and put the gowans fine, but we wander money an auld lang syne, for auld lang syne, my dear, for auld lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet, for auld lang syne. Paddled in the burn, fae morning sun till dine, but seas between us frayed here.
Nick Harding, and I'm the ranger for Bidston Hill, Flaybrick Memorial Gardens and Bidston Moss Local Nature Reserve. We're at Tam O'Shanter Farm on the Wirral. Bidston Windmill, the windmill that stands there now is the second or third windmill to be positioned on Bidston Hill. The records go back to 1596, and that was a record of the windmill burning down in 1596. Yeah, the original windmill was a wooden peg mill, which is all made of wood, and it sits on a central beam or a peg, and the whole body of the windmill would have to be turned round into the wind. It's incredibly heavy and cumbersome to do, which is why it actually revolved, yeah, because the wind doesn't always blow from the same direction, and so you had to be able to turn the windmill into the prevailing winds.
Now, you know, I noticed on the stone base there's actually metal loops.
Yes, they were to hold the sails down.
They hold the sails down?
Yeah, because obviously you didn't want your sails turning freely, and the braking mechanism inside our windmill, the brick tower mill that's up there now, the brake wheel's missing, and so it has to be secured from inside and outside as well. So it's one piece of machinery in the windmill that we need, is a brake wheel.
Now, as regards access for the carts, I can imagine the working horse carts actually taking the corn and the wheat to the windmill to be ground into flour.
Yes.
Which path would they actually use?
Now, we're not entirely sure, because it would have been pre-Viner Road, and so we think they must have come from Brow Road, up over the top of the hill, past where the observatory now stands, along the top, and some places along the top you can see where the tips of you can see from the top that there's bits of stone been carved away to make their passage easier.
So how often does actual windmill, it's never been in operation, has it, since the refurbishment?
Not since its first refurbishment in 1894.
The stone's still in place?
The stones are still in place, although I think that they're composite stones and they're a mock-up of what was originally there. The windmill worked from 1800 till 1875, and then of course steam-powered mills took over, and it was a lot easier to get grain to the docks than it was to get grain to the top of Bidston Hill, and you were less reliant on the wind. The brick mill was renovated, as I said, in 1894. It was renovated again in the 70s, and it's just been renovated for the third time in 2006, where the roof, the floors, the ladders, and basically the insides have all been redone, ready to be open again to the public, which hopefully will be next March.
Now, if you regards the stone over the entrance door, you can't really read the reconstruction date on that.
It's 1894.
1894.
And it was done by a gentleman called R.S. Hudson, who was a local soap manufacturer.
Soap manufacturer? Okay. So it's like nothing for sunlight then?
I'm not sure whereabouts he was from. Presumably he was from Birkenhead.
Okay. Now, if you could just introduce yourself again, because I just missed your name on the introduction.
Okay. My name is Nick Harding, and I'm the ranger for Bidston Hill, Flaybrick Memorial Gardens and Bidston Moss Local Nature Reserve.
That's wonderful. Do you think there's anything else which is really important about this area? I believe there's the Friends of Bidston Hill.
Yeah, there's a fantastic group. Well, there's two fantastic groups for this area. There's the Friends of Flaybrick and the Friends of Bidston Hill. And the Friends of Bidston Hill do fantastic works up on Bidston Hill. They raise funds. They help manage the place. It's them really that got the windmill renovated. And they're all geared up and ready to go to get it open again and allow visitors in one Saturday a month.
Yeah. Now, when I was up there before with my bicycle, people asking me, do we know about the Viking trail? Do you know anything about the Viking trail?
The Viking carvings?
Yeah, the Viking carvings and the Viking trails that's going to be put together on the Wirral to bring people from different parts of the world to the Wirral to follow the Viking trail.
Well, I'm not too sure about the Viking trail, but I know what I've got on the hill. We've got a horse carving which is on the flat, and we believe that to be a Viking carving. We also have the sun goddess and the moon god. So that's Sun of the moon goddess and Manos, the moon god. Manos is all but disappeared. Sun is still going strong, and the horse is being worn away with people walking over it. But very interesting history, and of course Sun brought the sun into the sky every morning, and she was brought into the sky by a herald, and the herald was called Day, and his horse was called Skinfaxi, and Skinfaxi was a red bay. And as he rode into the sky in the morning, the mare's mane spread out over the horizon, creating the red sky of dawn. Manos didn't have a chariot. He walked into the sky with the moon every night, and he had a herald as well. The herald was called Not, and his horse was called Harimfaxi. And Harimfaxi was a black stallion, I think. And as Harimfaxi rode into the sky, obviously towing the moon is a bit more difficult than towing the sun, and he drooled a lot, and the drool that fell from his bridle became the morning dew.
Has it been possible to date those?
We've got archaeologists looking at it, and indeed they're looking at all the carvings on Bidston Hill at the moment, so I'll hang fire on that one and wait for the experts.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you again.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind, should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne, for auld lang syne, my dear, for auld lang syne, we'll tak a cup o' kindness yet for auld lang syne.